And we are live. There you go. Finally, we are live. No technical difficulties behind the scenes, but we were waiting, and here we are. So thank you and welcome to today's Humans of Weston, that creative thingy, what's it, live creating connections projects. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Bev G. Starr, I'm an artist and workshop host from Weston-super-Mare, creator of Humans of Weston, and also a creative director of that creative thingy, what's it. And today we are joined by the beautiful, relaxed and chilled Zara.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome to the hot seat. Before I get talking to Zara, I just want to let everybody know that this project, the Creating Connections project, has actually been funded by the Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport in partnership with the National Lottery Community Funds. And thank you. So please, as you're watching today, please, if there's any comments or questions for Zara and I to answer as we go. Zara. Yes, you're here. Thank you so much. If you want to introduce yourself, how you like to be known in the community, and what organisation you're representing today, please.
I will. Thank you. Well, thank you for having me here today. My name is Zara Shepherd, also known as Zara Emily. I'm a screen print designer with the studio above the Florist on Wild High Street. And I'm here today to talk about my other role, which is the director of Weston Artspace, which is an arts organisation on Weston High Street. You may have noticed the building used to be a Salt Rock shop many years ago.
Many years ago. And we are so happy and so thankful for the work that you and the team have been doing behind the scenes, because you are just making a massive difference to what the community of Weston needs. So thank you so much, Zara. So let's get an idea. I'm going to ask you how COVID affected you. But before that, tell me a little bit about how Artspace work, or were hoping to work.
Okay. Well, I think it's important to mention that Weston Artspace was founded by Terrestrial, which is an arts organisation that came into the town a couple of years ago to run creative projects within the community. One of the things that they realised from lots of chats with different groups and community groups is that we were lacking in Weston. There was lots of creative people doing lots of amazing things. We were really lacking kind of a place to all go, to meet, to create and use for their own artwork and things like that. So that's how Weston Artspace was born. They culminated in a massive festival at the end of 2019, working with all sorts of community groups like Addaction, Big Whirl, all sorts of different things. They did a singing concert, they did a dance performance. It was absolutely amazing. We did an art exhibition at the Artspace. And then at the beginning of 2020, the aim was for us, we're called Artspace Guardians, which I would think is quite a funny title. So the aim was that Terrestrial move on to other towns to bring all their amazing, wonderful arts and culture to elsewhere. So they were phasing out of the town at the beginning of 2020, and the aim was that us Guardians would take it over. So obviously I don't work alone, so there is 6 of us together and the Guardian team currently, and we turned it into a community interest company. So we registered it as a CIC so that we could then take over the lease and take over the running of it. And then, as we all know, it happened in 2020. We were just starting to find our feet, because prior to this, obviously, it was all kind of run by Terrestrial. So, we didn't really have a clue what we were doing. We were kind of just finding our feet. And Terrestrial were, Tom, who's fantastic at Terrestrial, he was helping us be involved in meetings and sort of, handing it all over to us. And then, COVID hit, and that sort of knocked everyone for 6, really.
Everyone. No one knew what had happened.
No.
And again, it was lovely that you started with the important fact that it was Terrestrial that came in and helped the community, because it's all community led as well. It's what the community wants. So there wasn't just like something born out of nothing. It was, again, it's something that was needed. So when the COVID pandemic hit, you just had to shut shop and sort of leave it there. What kind of was your feelings?
So we'd had a meeting a few weeks before the lockdown where we were kind of just in those planning stages of like, we can run workshops and exhibitions and all these exciting things. And then obviously we were forced to close like the rest of the kind of world at that point. We didn't really know how long it was going to be for. Initially it was kind of like, just maybe a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, whatever. So initially we kind of just all kept meeting regularly and talking about our plans and things like that. But yeah, sort of nothing really happened initially. Then when it became obvious that obviously this was going to be a bit more of a longer term thing, then we started a lot of the planning behind the scenes for reopening. So we had to put in a lot of COVID stuff in place and things like that and get some funding for that. But we also started to do stuff online as well. And we collaborated with Theatre Orchard and run some creative conversations online for anyone to join in and chat. And that was really good, actually. It was really nice to kind of communicate with people. There was a big sense of people kind of feeling like they should be doing stuff. That was quite a key word that kept coming out, you know. And I felt the same, you know, all of us felt sort of we should be being creative, should be doing this. But everyone felt a bit lost, I think, at the beginning of it all and didn't really know what they should or shouldn't be doing, really, I suppose. Being quite restricted. So, yeah, those creative conversations were really good, really important. Karen Blake, who is one of the amazing founders directors, she works amazingly on the Facebook group. She also set up the Instagram page as well. So she puts lots of things out on there if there's any events, things like that. Also started a bit of a prompt. So I think it was one a week, different prompts. Then, post up sort of images of work or anything they'd done. Like there was a portrait one and all sorts of different things. And also we did a collaboration with Weston College as well. And they did an Instagram takeover and took over posting across Instagram.
So really what you're saying, COVID didn't really stop you from being creative. You just had to come up with more ideas to reach the masses of people that needed to be entertained with creativity, and also, like you said, give the opportunity to some, you know, people that would like the floor, i.e. the students that helped you with the COVID, you know, the Instagram takeover and all of that kind of thing. So just congratulations as a team. And I know all the Guardians. I think you're beautiful people and you're really shining. You're just shining. There we go. You're just shining. I wouldn't say I shine in the light, but you're just shining as people. So with the sort of the COVID pandemic sort of slowing down now, can you give us any privy information to the projects that you've got coming up now? I don't know, just sit back and let you roll them off, but can you give us some idea of the projects that we can see coming out of Artspace for Weston?
Yeah, so we've got lots of exciting projects coming up. So one of the other things we've been able to have time to do is get some funding for different projects so we can actually run things. One of the key kind of values and aims for us at Weston Artspace is to pay artists for the work that they do. A lot of the time, and I'm sure, Bev, you've experienced this, people kind of say, oh, can you just do this? I don't know, L'Oreal, you know, you'll get exposure, you'll get this from it, you'll get that. And don't get me wrong, like a lot of our Guardian time, or most of our Guardian time, is all voluntary, and volunteering work is fantastic. So we're advocates of that as well. But there is a level of needed, you know, artists, creatives, whatever, any creative discipline, where sometimes it's kind of the norm or expected that people would just, you know, can you just do that job or can you just do that painting? And you wouldn't ask a plumber or an electrician or a builder just build that and, you know, put your name on it, sort of thing. And that's so we're really keen advocates of that, of you know, being able to pay artists. So one of the projects we've got coming out very soon is I'm going to just check my notes to get the title right, Super Shop Windows Project.
Cool.
Very exciting. So that is and Karen Blake is project manager for that, and she is paying 8 artists to display their installation on their work. There's a whole range of different disciplines across 8 different shops. And it's important to say as well that 2 of those shop windows are sponsored by Culture Weston as well. So they're paying for 2 of the artists to do that. We had an amazing response to the call out for that. We had over 60 really good applicants. Yeah. I think that just goes to show kind of the talent in the area. So obviously it's not close to Weston-super-Mare, so it is the North Somerset surrounding areas. But to get over 60 applicants for that sort of project, and fantastic work. I mean, Karen obviously broke it down to a smaller selection, and then we went through, you know, I think it was about 20 or 30 to narrow it down to the 8 artists. And I was blown away by the quality and the talent and the variety as well. So really exciting. So that is 12th of April. That will be starting and being installed.
To drop that one down 12, so I can put that in the diary to make sure I'm on on the walk that day.
And Weston Artspace, Karen's been uploading sort of an artist a week, so you can have a look on the Facebook page and see kind of who's going to be coming in.
Yeah.
Right.
60, it's like 60. That's massive, and that's all of North Somerset, and that's not even sort of like a tip of the iceberg of how many artists want to come forward and sort of get involved with work. So well done for putting Weston on the map there. Well done to everybody that's involved with all the projects that you do.
Fantastic. And we will also, once community centres are allowed to open, I'm going to say, I think it's the 13th of April. Sorry, date has gone from my head. And I didn't write that date down. But when community centres are allowed to open with COVID, the studio space will be open. So if anyone isn't a member, wants to be a member, it's really simple. Just get in contact with us either via the Facebook page or drop us an email. And it's just £20 to be a member, and then you have a simple induction, and then you can book on. We've got now an online system, so that's another thing we managed to put in place during obviously the COVID lockdown and everything, so that people can actually book a space to come to work. It's a fantastic space. It's a lovely little hub and hive of activity on some days, so that's really nice. So so that's, if you want to be a member to space to create. The other thing we've got coming up is a mental health grant, and this is in association with the Scrap Store. Joint funded bid, which is really exciting. So there will be creative-led workshops, aiming for May for those. Obviously, again, because of COVID, they've had to sort of be pushed a bit later. But there's going to be lots of creative workshops involved in that, and there's also creative packs going out as well. So to get information on getting your hands on one of those packs, there is shortly a joint Facebook group going to be set up for this project, so that it can be managed by both the Scrap Store and Artspace, Weston Artspace. Again, Karen's project managing that, and I think it's Laura from the Scrap Store is involved in that side of things. So they're going to create a joint Facebook page, and there'll be all the information on there on how to get involved in workshops, and also get involved in getting yourself one of those creative packs. But from what I've heard, they're very exciting. Lots of creative things in them.
It's so exciting. I am so chuffed because you guys are just leading the way, and it's exactly what we need. All this creativeness and all of the projects. I absolutely love it. And who better to partner with than the Scrap Store? You know what I mean? Like, not only are you taking over Western High Streets, decorating all the windows and wherever else, you're also providing materials and sort of leading the way. But just for anybody watching today, don't forget to follow the Western Artspace. I'm sure Zara was going to drop the links in, and like she just said, that there'll be pages that you can apply for. So just follow the social media. That'll lead the path. Let me just read some of the comments that we've got coming in. So the beautiful Karen Blake, who we talk about very often on this show, has just dropped a link to the Facebook Western Artspace. So exactly what I just said. Please like and follow the page so you know all the activities, and also the opportunities to be creative, but the opportunities for artists in the area, so get involved. Karen says, you can see the work Terrestrial did in the town here. And then again, being as efficient as she is always, has popped us a link to Terrestrial UK. So that's great. Thank you, Karen. She says, great chat, you two. Zara works really hard with the rest of the team behind the scenes to keep things running smoothly. And we can't wait to get things open again.
Most definitely, we are all really feeling that. So we did have our first in-person meeting the other week at Artspace, all socially distanced, of course. It was just so nice to kind of see, like, we've just seen each other behind screens for so long, and it was nice for us as a team to get together and be talking about all these really exciting projects that are coming up as well. And then the other big one that's got to be mentioned is the Arts Council funding. So we've had council funding approved, and this will be, or the funding will be used. Nothing's kind of set yet, but we will be using it for reaching out to community groups that we've not managed to reach, There'll be lots of workshops, be more paid opportunities for creatives and artists in the town. It will culminate in an exhibition at the end of it all, sort of showcasing everything we've done. And also it will be looking at ways to create, to sustain basically what we're doing, and how we can make it a long-term project. Because currently at the moment our lease is kind of year by year. We're currently in the process of renewing that for the next year, but we want to kind of make or create strategies to be able to, you know, see this as a long-term project and not just year by year, you know, seeing, making it sustainable.
How exciting. The Arts Council as well. Do you know what I mean? That's like a golden touch, isn't it? You know, I mean, it's beautiful. It's so complementary to your work and all of the lushness that you're creating, all the magic. And I'm so pleased that you as a team managed to get together. Karen just said in the comments here, she said, oh, they also had an application from Copenhagen for the Windows project. That's cool. People in Copenhagen's looking at our work.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? The reach that we could or we can have. Yeah, it's fantastic.
It really is. It really is. So that's the 3 major projects, the bigger projects. Is there anything else bubbling under the surface?
So we've got North Somerset Arts has been in contact. They're looking to hold an exhibition with some of their members, Artspace. That might be September time. They're not sure yet, so they're going to come back to us with dates. So it's kind of bubbling away. Weston College as well. So Karen has been doing some, quite a lot of work with them, and she's even done like talks, Zoom talks with groups and things like that. And they are also going to be putting on an exhibition with us at some point. Kind of dates and things like that, because of COVID and everything and restrictions, are all sort of slightly unknown at this stage. But it's all like things bubbling away in the background. And there's also a charity called Nelson's Trust, which is looking to work potentially with us, or at least use the space in the building as well. We have Theatre Orchard on the top floor now, so they occupy that space. Yeah, so they work directly from that space, and then that still gives us the middle and ground floor to be able to use and rent out. And we'd be really interested to hear from anyone who's not currently a member, but also anyone that might be interested in using the space. So obviously, when we were open, Bev, you managed to squeeze in a workshop there, didn't you? Doing the
I did the sneakiest, squeeze it in, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So we are. One thing that I always like to say is, as kind of a group of guardians behind this, is it's not our space. It's not our Western art space. It's a community space. We want it to be community led. That has proved difficult during COVID times, because we've had to, behind the scenes, make lots of decisions on things and go out and get funding and sort out all the COVID stuff and all the boring behind the scenes risk assessment, but necessary things. So lots and lots and lots of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. But we are very much wanting to advocate that we are community led, and we want the community to kind of get on board and give us our ideas, or if they want to get involved and become guardian, or get further involved in these projects, then please do get in contact with us, like say via the Facebook page, or drop us an email. Hopefully we can bring people together.
I think you're bringing them. I think, the Western art space was a complete game changer for the whole of Weston and its community.
Yeah.
Dan, to have such beautiful guardians behind the scene, really sort of like saying, no, we want the best for you guys. Come down and get down here and tell us what you want. I love that. That makes me happy.
Pre-COVID as well, we had like a writers group that would meet regularly. Who else? A singing group met there. We had quite a lot of groups kind of meeting, and there was a art group that met as well. I can't remember what they called themselves, sort of thing. So it's a fantastic space, and if you've not been, then come along. Part of the Arts Council funding as well, we're going to have some open days involved in that as well. So we'll be open up probably like on a Saturday to allow people in to come and explore, look at the space, talk about how they might want to use it or be involved with us. So that would be really great as well.
Cool. And speaking from experience, get your ideas in, get like anyone watching, sort of get your thoughts together and go and see these guys as soon as they're open. If not, if you have something bubbling that's a really good idea creatively and you want to get sort of out there, Karen has, I keep pointing the wrong direction, but Karen it's a mirrored Karen squad. In the link below at the side, Karen has actually left the email address that you can contact Weston Artspace, which is hello@westonartspace.com. Is that an email? Yeah. So like I said, do what Zara tells you and get in touch if you have any creative ideas. And we are looking forward to those opening days where you dust off the windows and let us all in, or at least look in the door and see what's happening to the much loved space that we've all missed, that is the Weston Artspace.
And it's important as well, I'd like to know, because lots of people that I have spoken to when we were allowed to be open would say, oh, it's just what is that empty shop, it's just a closed building, what is it, sort of thing. So it is, on a general day-to-day basis, it is a closed sort of studio for members to come in, use, work, things like that. Obviously we're aiming to run workshops open to community and other events, but just because our doors might be closed, you are always welcome to get in contact in all those ways that you've just mentioned and become a member yourself, or arrange just a visit to come and see, or find out more about what the projects are that are running behind those closed doors. So we don't see the door closed as a closed space as such. We are open to everyone. Just
we have an open door policy here at this Arsco studio. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Obviously, and because it's a communal space, the doors have to be locked, but sort of but the little key fob, so just let you know, in your induction you get like a little key fob and you go to the door, and many of a morning after my school run I'll just take my key fob down to the high street and I'll maybe pop the kettle on and have a nice cup of tea in there with normally somebody that's in there. So these days they're coming to an end and we can all start being we can find a community space. So let me just say that Lorna, hi Lorna, she says, I love Weston Artspace. I love what Weston Artspace do and can't wait for it to open again. Lorna, we all associate, mate. We are associating. And also, it wasn't somewhere I took for granted, but it was somewhere, that I probably didn't utilize at the beginning of its birth of being the art studio space. So it will teach me a lesson. Don't take it.
But do you think in this last year, I think a lot of us have kind of taken, prior to this, realised things we've taken for granted for quite some time, and now having lots of things taken away, you kind of go, oh, actually.
Yeah, I can really do with just popping down. Yeah, I know. Not long, my beautiful people, not long at all. So April Lewis asks, is it a membership? So just very quickly, just make it extremely clear how the membership works again. I know you've just said it, but just
okay. So if you want to become a member, so basically it's just £20, that's all it is to pay to become a member. You come in, you have an induction, which just goes through the basic health and safety, show you around the building, where everything is, that sort of thing. It's really straightforward, about half an hour of your time. Then you'll get issued with your very own key fob. If you do lose your key fob, it does need to be reported to us, and then you will need to pay for a replacement one. But other than the initial £20, that's it. And then we do have times when you can come in and use the building. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. Something like 8 till 7 or something. So quite long days, and you can come and book in. That's the only other thing nowadays. We didn't have this obviously pre-COVID, but now post-COVID, you do just need to book a time slot to come in and use the space, and that's simply to do with obviously social distancing and making sure that we're not, got too many people in the space at any one time. But usually there's space available at all sorts of times of the day.
And it will not be long until we can use the space. Until then, I want everybody to get online and follow Weston Artspace and keep up with their projects, because there's not only opportunities for the community, there's also opportunities for artists, there's opportunities for people looking for friends. I'm always looking for new friends, so hit me up. So that's brilliant. And as we wind down today, Zara, is there any last words, any information that you would like to share with us that I haven't yet covered in a question?
Oh, I think we've covered pretty much everything pretty well. But I just want to say that hopefully once we can all get back together, we can all start working together and working across all these different community groups and different individuals and artists. And can't wait. I'm really excited for the future of Weston Artspace. There's lots of really exciting things happening. So yeah, get involved and get connected.
Thank you very, very much for your time today, Zara. It has been an absolute pleasure to see your glorious, shining face on the end of this. And I hope to see you definitely in the real life community as soon as I can. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we've been joined by Zara from Weston Artspace, leading the way for Weston, shining the light and all the creative possibilities for Weston. But Gemma just quickly asked the question. She says, is it accessible? Downstairs, ground floor?
Yes.
High street, shop, double doors, perfectly accessible to passing and whoever wants to pop in. So yes, Gemma, that is. And on that note, we're going to end our live chat there. And just a reminder for those that have joined or watching live, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Bev G. Starr. I'm the Creative Humans of Weston, creative director for That Creative Thing You Watch It. I'm running a project called Creating Connections, funded by the Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport in partnership with the National Lottery Fund. Today, you've joined me talking to Zara from Weston Artspace. Boom. And we're going to call it, we're going to say it's a wrap. We're going to say it's how for now. Ladies and gentlemen, get involved and follow the social media links that we're going to be posting. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.